Hello, Scranton. It means so much to have you on my side. God love you. And I want a special thanks to Ann Kearns. Ann, you've been so generous to me and to my whole family. Every time we've been back to Scranton, you've had me back home. And as I told you many times, I learned what honor and decency and courage and all those things are about at that kitchen table, my grandpa's kitchen table with my dad and my uncles. I know when anyone buys a home like Ann's family did, I know they don't exactly look forward to the day that the former resident shows up and says hi, much less one who shows up again and again and again. And I want to thank you, Ann, for always greeting me when I come home. I just can't resist coming up to the house. And a big thanks to Marty and Chris. You know, I know what it's like to have a mom who's a force of nature in that house. I also want to send special thanks to Mrs. Grady. She's now 95, still lives in the same house across the street. I want to thank her for her patience and all those summer nights where we made too much noise playing down Fisk Street. And anyway, I just want to thank her. And there's so many people in that neighborhood that formed everything I believed about human nature, I think. You know, folks, I said from the start, I'm running to restore the soul of this country. And everything I know about the soul of this country comes from Scranton. It's where I climbed the wall at Marywood, where I played shortstop at the Greenwich Little League, where I bought candy at Simmy's, where my values were formed, my character was set. And again, it happened at 2446 North Washington Avenue. And my grandpa Finnegan's kitchen table, as I said, where I learned money. He used to say, money doesn't determine your worth, Joey. Everyone's your equal. Those lessons shaped our Catholic faith. The lessons my dad would say, as I said, a job's a lot more than a paycheck. It's about dignity, respect, being able to look your kid in the eye and say, everything's going to be okay, honey. I never forget it. I'll never forget that long walk he made up those short flight of stairs, Ann, to that bedroom on the right hand facing the front where I slept with my brothers, and to tell us that he'd lost his job. We were going to have to move. I'll never forget what it must have been like for him, or what it's like for so many families today across the country facing hard times. You know, it's our job to fight for them. It's easy to boil this race down to in a nutshell. Scranton versus Park Avenue. You all know what I do. Wall Street didn't build this country. Hard-working, decent, middle-class people like the folks I grew up with in Scranton built this country. And we can build it back and build it back better. So please join me. It's go time. The polls close in 6 days. If you haven't voted yet, please do. And if you have voted, we're not done. It means so much that you're with me. We need all Pennsylvanians to be with us as well. So please call your family, your friends, everyone you know. Make sure all their friends and their friends have voted. American people are the ones who decide this election, no matter what the president tries to scare you about. There's not a single thing we can't do when everybody votes, when we come together. Not a single thing we can't do. America's never failed when we've done it together. And I'm so optimistic about what we can do now. So let's get to work. And as every time I walk out of my grandpa's house when I was a kid, he'd yell, Joey, keep the faith. And my grandmother, when she was alive, I was very young, she'd know, Joey, spread it. Go spread the faith. We can do this.